school. You go into school and see, again, there's different types of listening. People have different ways of learning. So at the same time, we're going to talk about that later on too in the workshops. But it's to have that type of understanding. So this way, one of the first things is listening very, very attentively to whatever the instructor is saying.
Mm-hmm.
Why we say that is because when it comes time for a person to do a job interview, you have 1 hour, right, for you to be able to convey to that person, right, that you're the best person for that job. If he or she's not listening to you and you are not listening to them, that breakdown in communication is going to fall short.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is.
Listening leads to learning. Openness encourages personal growth and learning. Anybody want to respond to this comment? How you feel? What you think about it?
Yes. I agree. Listening leads to learning. If you listen effectively, then you can learn something, and then you'll be able to grow within that learning. If you take it in, the key is the key is taking it in. If you take in what you listen to and what you learn, then you can grow.
Amen. Good.
I agree. That's as if being in the trainer, and the trainer is giving the directions for what it is you need to do in that lesson, and you're not paying attention. How you going to listen and grow from it?
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. At the same time, the thing about it is being open enough. Now, why they say that is because sometimes too, when people go to job interviews, they say, "Well, I know how to do this. I know how to do that." Meanwhile, the employer is trying to tell you how he or she wants that done. If you're not hearing and listening to what they're saying, it's not. You're going to fall short. And that remains. That's why they say openness encourages personal growth and learning. That's for you. If you remain open, you're like a sponge to absorb in. Let them tell you what they want, so you can give them what they need. So then it's a two-way street. If you give them what they want, you can get what you need. So that means now you want to act right or wrong. I see you, Denny. Talk to me.
Yeah.
I was just saying that, just like right now, we all did this with the openness and willing to read each one of these little passages that came up.
Okay.
Yep.
Listening reduces stress and tension, minimizes confusion and misunderstanding, eliminates related stress and tension. This is why sometimes too, like at the beginning, when I said, when I introduced myself, I said, if in the event that I may not say something or it might be misunderstood, ask me. So that this way, we can go for clarification. And then it's not like, oh man, I thought he meant this. Or I misunderstood. This goes to, like they say, minimize confusion, misunderstanding, and eliminates reduced stress, because you can be here for a whole freaking hour and say, well, what happened to this? Well, I don't know. I really didn't understand. So, and that builds up your tension and stress. Is like, for an hour, man, I'm not going through this. It's a waste of freaking time.
You know, that's what I noticed so far in the Zoom that I've been with, Denise and the ladies. It's so, I don't know, I feel comfortable in a way because we all listen. We all have something to say. Not necessarily we say something because we believe, but a little bit of experience of everybody at the same time. It brings up a little more, your knowledge, feelings,
Yeah. So, and that's the good thing about it, because, like, again, it's the interactive type of thing. It's not like just, it's the engagement. And again, you're staying open so that this way and most importantly, I want you to be comfortable and confident that this is something that is beneficial to you, not to the fact that we're just going through this just because you got to do this. And I'm like, you're just like,
and the fact that it's and in technology now, the talking sometimes it's just boring. Oh my God, But here, you I don't know. I urge like to participate, even though I'm like shy or whatever. But I get it. I don't know. I feel comfortable.
Okay, good. Talk to me, Denny. I see you, baby.
No, Martha's absolutely right. Normally, I'm like me. Normally, I'm silent, but Adeline and Martha and the ladies, even with you and Mr. Keith, I'm like open. Let's talk about it. Let's go.
Right.
Well, that's why they focus on this. Listening reduces stress and tension, and if you remain open, all that tension and stuff is like, oh, okay, now I understand. Now that I don't want anybody, because if you don't understand, if I miscommunicated, if there was anything that was not clear, let me know, because this is what I want to be. I want that type of understanding, because sometimes too, like people can interpret things differently.
Yeah.
So I want to be like on the same page, so that this way there's no misunderstanding, no perceiving. Oh, I thought you meant this, Mr. Harrison. No. so that we're clear. Right or wrong?
You're right. You're absolutely right.
All right.
And another
like
thing,
I said,
sorry.
Go ahead. Go, Jordan.
Another thing is also from my own self. Now I'm a keen listener. I learned the hard way, but previous past experiences, if you hold certain things inside of you and hold on to it, that it affects your listening skills. And when people say certain things, you take it to another level that it's not, because of what you've been holding on, and you're not listening to what they actually trying to say. So my issue used to be that I would become offensive and take it to a higher level because I didn't listen. So now I'm stressed. I don't want to interact. I don't want to be a part of nothing because I done took it to my own level because I didn't listen. So it taught me, and being in clergy now, and I'm able to help others due to the fact that I have experienced and learned how to listen to reduce stress.
That's why I say, and somehow, listening, it teaches you a lot of things too.
Yep.
We don't know everything.
Exactly.
We think we acting or saying in the right way, but not necessarily. But you listening to others, the way they talk to you, the way you learn to. That's the growth part that I.
Amen. This is another reason why we try to do this, because at the same time, it's a life learning process that we go through. So to listen and get that exchange, like, helps you go for clarification, helps you with your growth, helps you take the next step, so that this way because again, sometimes, and this is why we say sometimes you have to compartmentalize what you're doing. So, for instance, if you go to the job interview, focus on doing that. If you go to school, focus on hearing and listening to what the instructor or the teacher is saying. So this way you can absorb that, take it in, and grow with whatever training they're going through, medical assistant, customer service, whatever it might be.
Yes.
Who wants to read?
Listening is critical in conflict resolutions. Much conflicts come from the need to be heard. Successful resolution depends on being a non-anxious presence.
Right. Okay.
Good one.
See, again, if an event that can be, because people don't necessarily have to see it the same way. They can agree to disagree, but at the same time, hear it to understand that type of thing is connecting. So you can resolve a situation and saying, become amicable.
Yeah.
Okay? Okay. Barriers to listening equate with hearing, uninterested topics, speaker's delivery, external distraction, mentally preparing response, listening for facts, personal concerns, personal bias, language, cultural differences, and faking attention. All these are considered different barriers to stop you from actually listening to a person. Like what Denny was saying before. If an event that the speaker's coming on, yes, this is Mr. Harrison. What we're going to do today is to talk about the listening skills so that this way you can understand what the words that are coming out of my mouth. That whole delivery is like, yo, look.
Yeah, got that right. On mute.
I'd be like, oh my God, Mr. Harrison, what happened? You're not happy.
So again, in the delivery, why we're saying that, why I picked that one specifically, you as an individual need to be able to deliver yourself in the speaking to get the individual, if it's going for school and training, to be able to articulate so that this way it captures them.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing when you go for a job interview. You know, you want to show them that you are able to express yourself in a way that, oh man, okay, fine. And that's in addition to your resume.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody want to talk about any one of these subjects?
Faking attention.
Mm-hmm.
Why'd you pick that one, Jordan?
That was my specialty. And I didn't want to hear people. I'm there. I'm acting like I'm listening, but I done blocked them out. I don't hear. I hear, but I'm not listening to what they saying. So I'm there. Yeah, right. But if they asked me to repeat what they said, I was all messed up. But I moved from that. But yeah.
Well, see, this is why we identified these specific ones, so that this way, one, if it's something like that you're dealing with, then you know how to counteract it. So now, this is one of the things that's going to help edify your learning process so that you're open to listening and hearing exactly. And like I said, not just at the job interview, at school, in training, in your social interactions with your significant other persons or whatever it is, and you can pass it down. Okay. Any questions? Go ahead.
For me, it was speaker's delivery, because like you said, if you come on, well, today we are going to learn. I'm like, really?
Well, you'd be surprised. Some of the people might think that they're really doing stuff, but they're not. But this is why we identified these specific things. Now, I'm gonna pick one. Right? Listening for facts. Now, if this was not something that captivated you to make you understand and to move forward with the facts that we're talking about, you'd be like, blah, 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 blah.
Wow.
Right? Right? But now we know that these are some of the things that we're focusing on. And even with Ms. Jordan, you said about personal biases. Sometimes, too, if you're locked in and somebody's saying something, you say, oh, yeah, I remember that person did something like that to me. And like,
I will say a little bit about the language and culture differences. The fact that, I'm from Central America. A lot of people, they think that I'm Mexican, but I'm not.
Oh, God. Okay. All right.
No, that because, we have our ways.
That stereotype.
Exactly, but so I don't know. I guess God created me like that. I know I'm from this planet, and somehow when I used to work in the hospital, it was like the communication. Sometimes they don't know English. They didn't know they didn't know how to express themselves.
Okay.
And they used to be like really like aggravated with themselves, and we used to have a program with that called like the language and culture differences.
Right.
So yeah, it helped a lot because our culture is not your culture. We understand the way I probably say things is not the way you would say it.
Right.
But somehow the program worked together.
Okay.
And it was beautiful.
Good. This is another reason why we try to discuss that, because there's so many different topics to talk about, and the process is a learning process that opens us up to different ways of how to do things differently. That's one. Do things better and be able to absorb them and say, well, you know what? This is good. So this way I'll know what to do to acclimate myself to perform in a much better and higher standard.
Yeah.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, unfortunately, what happens today is Friday. I have another meeting in about 10 minutes, right? But do you have any questions, any comments? I'm open. And see, again, I'm always open to constructive criticism. I have no problem, because I'm learning. I'll be 69 in October, but at the same time, I'm learning, from everybody. I can always learn.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
No, you good. You good.
You good?
Good?
You good.
You make it through. You
give me thumbs up. Give me thumbs up. Give me thumbs up.
You did.
All right.
Can I give you the ticket?
that works too. Hey.
Thank you.
You're always welcome. I'll be doing this again. I do Zooms every Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock. Whichever one you fit for yourself to be appropriate, please feel free.
Okay.
Same ID, right?
Yes, it's always the same ID.
Perfect.
Okay, and they have different work readiness instructors doing similar topics, but it's just a different instructor. Now, next week, Friday, God willing, grace, knock on wood, right? Mr. Reed will be back to do Financial Fridays. I encourage you to, and that's always at 11 o'clock. He's always talking about how money works. Lord have mercy, I'm telling you. And the man is just a resource of information talking about how that paper works. I'm telling you. The thing about it is thinking long terms too, so that this way, when you get in the position, even if you don't have a lot of money, you can still play with the thought that, hey, look, I can do this, I can do that. And when the time comes, you bust it out.
That's the purpose of the financial. If you have little, you get big.
That's it. Help it grow. The more you know, the more you grow.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
All right, ladies.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your patience. I really appreciate that. I'm going to see if I can't get this thing together, so this way, next time, I'll back it up. So this way, if one goes bad, I'll jump on the other one.
All right.
I do appreciate y'all.
Just to share with everyone, if anyone passes Walgreens or CVS, they are giving out free KNF95s.
Okay, baby.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Three masks per person, because it's costing my pocket a lot. So
I remember you saying,
Yeah,
I'm looking out, Denny.
Yes.
Anytime.
I put in an order for the N95, whatever, respirator, whatever you call them, and they on back order. So yeah, I'm gonna hit up. You got a CVS by us. I will definitely be hitting them up.
That's right.
Good looking out. I appreciate that.
Yes,
thank you.
See, look at that. Each one reach one. I'm so Denny, girl. I'm proud of you, Kat. Thank you for sharing.
Yes, anytime.
Yes.
All right. Y'all be blessed, be safe. Most importantly, Happy New Year's for new beginning. Be blessed, be safe, be healthy, and stay warm, okay? Until the next time. Have a blessed weekend, and I appreciate it.
Everyone as well.
See you Monday.
Yes, you too. Bye, ladies. A pleasure.
Bye.
Take care, Denise.
Okay.
All right. All right, so that was a class. I gotta go on all these classes. Since I'm getting the hang of them, I don't mind. Wow. It wasn't in her apartment. What? Wait, it was in her apartment? And she got me looking. I gotta go to Facebook. Here we go. Her sister had a fire in her, I don't know if it was in her apartment or in her building. I'm getting to find out right now because I'm going to her page. I don't even think, yes, my apartment fire. Yeah, say her apartment. Come on now, stop playing. January 27th, that was yesterday. Oh my goodness, and she ain't got no numbers you can call. Let me see if I can find a number. Let me see if I can find her number. I don't think I have it. Okay, I gotta try them all. Let's see.
The number you have reached is no longer...
That one ain't working. Let me delete that one. That one ringing.
Hey, sis.
Hey, wow, I got a lot of numbers. I said, well, I'm going through them. See if I get an answer. You okay, sis?
Yeah, I'm pretty much starting all over everything.
Huh?
I'm pretty much starting everything all over.
Right. Oh, my. Danielle just sent me the picture because I didn't even go on Facebook today. She sent me this. I said, oh, my goodness. Let me see if I can get her.
Who sent it? Danielle?
Yeah, she just sent it to me, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did y'all have a call scheduled for yesterday? I know nothing about a call. Or it just worked out that way?
A call scheduled for what?
You and Diana?
No.
It just worked out that way.
I haven't talked to Diana.
Well, what the hell did I see a call? She had a call with Sharon and where's Peaches at? Maybe that was an old message.
Yeah, because I haven't spoken to her. I said I was going to call him and see if we can get together again.
So they're about ready to take us over to the program, to the apartment to see what we can get. But my take of the situation is, basically what happened was I was just getting ready to go to bed, and I kept hearing this banging, and I'm like, it's very loud.